next thing is like, where would you want him to go?
Where would I want him to go? Ideally, San Francisco, obviously. I
Hmm.
mean, you want to talk about a team that just needs a guy they can plug and be great. You keep Brock Purdy there, and then we're going to trade Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo's gone, so we're going to have Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, the only guy right now that he deserves to be sitting behind right now is in San Francisco is Lamar Jackson. Trey Lance hasn't proven anything, and as far as I'm concerned, I know Trey Lance hasn't played as much, but even in their first few games, Brock Purdy looked much more comfortable in the NFL, and he looked like he had a much better feel for the game than Trey Lance did. You invested all this money in a guy who only played one season in college. Do I want to give Trey Lance more time? Yes. Do I hear all of you who are about to say, well, Trey Lance has only played. Yes, I get that. But Brock Purdy still looked really solid, got you to a conference championship game, and then you had a chance to win that game if he didn't pop his elbow in the game. That was a wild freak injury, and he hasn't gotten injured 2 times when he stepped on the field. Lamar, I mean, San Francisco, all of the weapons. I mean,
Hmm.
McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo Samuel, Ayuk. It would be a complete change in culture. And then they just traded for Javon Hargrave. Then you still have Nick Bosa there with that pass rush. You lost some people on defense, but this is a team set up for ball control to keep a lead and then to just flat out get after the passer now. So
Yeah.
ideally, San Francisco.
I know, and you think about Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Why did he draft Trey Lance? Trey Lance can move, and he has a relatively decent arm. Okay, why don't you get somebody who's already proven in the NFL that he has what it's capable to be a great quarterback? So I like the 49ers. I also like the Vikings because
I love the Vikings.
for the Vikings, it's like offensively, you're going to have games that are ruined by Kirk Cousins. We saw it multiple times. You saw the Cowboys game. You saw the first half of the Colts game. Painful games where, no disrespect to Kirk Cousins, he's a good quarterback. He's a fine quarterback.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. But it's like you're never going to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins unless if you have a Seahawks level defense,
Yeah.
and you don't. You don't. Your defense was terrible last year, and so go out there and get Lamar Jackson. You're going to have weapons galore with Justin Jefferson. I think that KJ Osborne is also very solid. TJ Hawkinson,
Yeah.
thugs. And they also have Dalvin Cook, and they're probably going to draft a running back. So that's a beautiful fit. And it's in an NFC that's basically the Eagles, Cowboys, and 49ers and everybody else.
Yeah, and I say the Niners because I'm like, what team instantly does Lamar make a contender? So it's like I feel like the Niners, the Vikings, and I feel like I mean the Cowboys should be interested. If you're gonna overpay for a guy, you might as well overpay for MVP as opposed to overrated Alex Smith.
Hmm.
It's like Dak Prescott hasn't proved anything. He hasn't shown he's valuable enough to deserve the money he commands. And then by the time they would trade him to Baltimore and work out some of the compensation there, it's like you get your quarterback that's just going to go out there and play with no weapons. And then you'll have all the players on defense in the world. And then you'll have an average quarterback that'll be able to go out there and keep you in games, lose you some games, and then you'll have your guy in Baltimore. And then the Cowboys, the most valuable team in American sports, with Lamar Jackson, who's top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and I don't think there's any disputing that at this point. Won an MVP, has the all-time rushing record, and oh yeah, keeps doing it with no weapons at wide receiver. So you have the Cowboys, I feel like should be interested, the Vikings and the 49ers. That's where you're going to go if you really want to go out there and contend.